Where do your pets fit in an SHTF situation? Hi folks, Van Prepper here. I want to establish a couple of things right up front. One, I am a lifelong pet owner and pet lover. I've owned cats and dogs my whole life and have had wonderful experiences with them. Secondly, I want to establish that the situation I'm talking about is not a short-term event. I'm not talking about if an earthquake or a hurricane or an ice storm or a localized riot or something like that takes place that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel for. I'm talking about a real-life, full-blown SHTF survival situation where things are not going to return to normal, at least not anytime in the foreseeable future, and your normal supply lines for food and for everything else, for power, are gone. Where do pets fit in that situation? Somebody asked me recently in a chat, what would I do in the following situation? I'm trying to sneak myself and my family past a group of marauders, murderers, pillagers, whatever you want to call them. And being quiet is a premium because I want to get by. And my kids started to make noise. What would I be willing to do? And I gave a simple answer. You know, in that situation, I'm going to go down with the ship. I love my kids too much, and I am responsible for their care to put them aside for what I need at that moment. I will go down with that ship every time. But that got me thinking about what I would do with my pets in a survival situation. Now, I might not be willing in that situation to sacrifice my children to sneak by those marauders or murderers, but I probably would be willing to do that for my pets if they were going to give my children and my wife and myself away. I would probably snuff them out in order to successfully sneak by. Now, there's really, if you're in a bug-in situation, you're going to take care of your animals most likely for a foreseeable period of time. But if you're bugging out, I think cats you can kind of take out of the equation anyway, because the fact is a cat's probably not going to follow you, so you're going to be on your own anyway, and you won't have to worry about that. But a dog, he's going to naturally follow you. Dogs make noise. Dogs, you know, they just run around, they have fun, they don't understand to be quiet in a certain situation. Dogs might get you killed. And in that situation, if it's me and my family or my dog, I'm probably going to go ahead and off the dog. I know it makes me a terrible person in some people's eyes, and it wouldn't be without tears, because I love animals. Love my dog, love my cats, love everything we have ever had. But the fact of the matter is, my children and my wife's safety is much more important to me than my animals in that situation. Let's look at the obvious. If you're a prepper and you're prepping for an emergency event, staying home, then you are likely prepping for your pet as well. In an emergency situation, we are prepared for having to feed our pet for a certain amount of time. You know, a month, 2 months, whatever it might be, and we're willing to do that. But when you get beyond that and you're looking at a long-term, real-life survival situation, I have children to think about, I have a wife to think about, and they are going to become my priorities. And when that cat food or that dog food runs out, I am not likely to sacrifice the needs of my family for the need of my pet. It's just not practical. Now, we live in a country where we are so amazingly abundant that we have the luxury of being able to have pets that have no utilitarian need. They're just kind of our family members, so to speak. But in a real-life survival situation, I don't think I could make that choice and look my family in the eye and know that I gave food that at some point could feed my children or feed my wife or even feed myself, who is responsible for my family's safety, to one of our pets. And truth be told, in an emergency situation, a real-life SHTF situation, if my kids are starving, I probably would feed them my pets. Doesn't mean I don't love them. It means that I love my children more than I love my pets, and that's how it ought to be. That's a normal thing. Now, you may not feel the same. Don't kill me. Don't attack me, because that was the choice that I am willing to make in an SHTF situation. I fully understand if you are by yourself or you're a couple that doesn't have kids, you would probably be willing to do more to take care of your pet. But if it comes down to you or your pet in a real-life survival situation, I'm not choosing my pet. I love my pet, and he's served me well, and he's been a wonderful pet. But he's going to be dinner at some point if I need him in a real-life SHTF situation to feed me and to feed my family. I'm dying to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think. What would you do in a survival situation with your pets? Would you place the priority on them, or would you place it on you and your family for survival? Let me know what you think. I'm Van Prepper. As always, check me out on Facebook, on Pinterest, on Tumblr, on Twitter, on Instagram, and of course right here on YouTube. Happy shooting, everybody!